Hello, my name is Rinda Blom, and today I want to talk a little bit about a technique that we can do in the sand tray to integrate sub personalities, or to speak or to say that in other words, a technique that you can do in the sand tray to help with the integration of shadow. Now, shadow is normally in the personal unconscious, and the definition of that is all the unintegrated parts of the personality, and that can be positive or negative. And when it comes to relationship, it's often the person closest to us that can see our shadow the best, because normally we have a blind spot for our own dark parts or shadow parts, and frequently we also don't like it if someone else tells us about what they see in us when they are close to us. So, how do we do this technique? So, the first thing that we do is we ask the client, and that can be, I've done it with teenagers and with adults, and it works very, very well, even with teenagers. You tell the client to pick 3 things in the sand miniatures that they like very much, and 3 things that they really, really don't like. So that is what you ask them, and I'm going to, for sake of demonstration now, do that. So I'm going to pick those 3 things. So there I have one, that is the scar from Lion King. I'm also going to pick Medusa. There's Medusa. And let me see what else. Okay, so, and you can give the client whatever amount of time they need to pick what they need to pick. So we are going to go through all the miniatures and see what else. Right, so maybe the client will walk a little bit backwards again and see if there is not something here, or maybe here, to pick. Let me see. Let me go a little bit here and see here at the bottom with the animals, or maybe here. Okay, so there's another thing that I'm going to pick. This is the Russian doll with a babushka. Okay, there are some things. Okay, and the other thing that I'm going to pick here, let's show it here, is the anchor. So yes, and maybe this steering wheel. So now there is just one more thing that I hate that I can pick, and let me see what that can be. Okay, you can hear here at the miniatures here, still looking for something. Maybe something there, or maybe something here. Okay, I have the third one. This is the mother in the story of the Little Prince. So as soon as you have the 6 items, here you can see them, they are all 6. You ask the client now to bring them to the sandbox. So let me just move them a little bit closer, and then you ask the client to put them in a row in the sandbox. In other words, for example, the positives there. So there is the Russian doll, and it doesn't matter in what sequence the client put them in. There's the Russian doll, there is the steering wheel and the anchor. So there are the 3 positives, and now the negatives next to them. So there is Scar from Lion King. You can see Scar, and and you can see Medusa, and you can see the mother figure from the Little Prince. So now it looks something like this. And right, so what steps do we use now? So what we do now is you ask the client to give each one of these a voice and describe them. So I'm going to begin with the babushka. So maybe the client will say like, okay, so I'm the babushka. I have a lot of people inside of me, up to a very, very small baby. I'm a very, very positive mother. You will remember I've told you that the babusha is the archetypal mother or symbol of that in the Russian culture. So maybe she would say, I love to nurture other people, and I love to remind them that they can nurture themselves and that all of them have a positive mother figure inside. Okay, so maybe that would be all that the client say about the babushka. Next, I'm this wheel, I'm the steering wheel. I can steer your life in a lot of different directions, and I'm also a symbol of wholeness. So you know, like you can make a lot of choices, and you can also use me as a guide to take you where you need to go. Maybe something like that. And then the third one, the anchor. I'm an anchor, and I provide a lot of safety so that you never feel ungrounded. I can help you to be grounded and always to feel that you're okay and life will be okay. And if you're in very stormy waters, if you know about me, you'll always feel grounded although it's stormy. Right, and that is more or less what the client might say about the positives. Now we move towards the negatives. So here, maybe first give this character a voice. So I'm Scar. I am a very evil lion. I'm masculine. And what I do and what makes me evil is that I love it to make people feel that whatever bad things has happened is their fault. So I'm very good at blaming people and give them a voice inside that tells them, you know, all the stuff that happened that is so bad is always your fault and you're evil. And actually, I want to destroy what is good. And that is why I know as long as a person feels guilty, that they will compensate and they will not do their best. So, and that is what I do. All right, and now we can give the Medusa a voice. So she might say, I'm the Medusa, I carry the guilt complex, and if you look me in the eye, I'm going to turn you into stone. I like it to you know, like be a negative voice inside of people and be a very negative mother and to criticize and to be opinionated and to you know, be abandoning and not non-conditional accepting. And I'm actually also very evil together with Scar here. And then you can give the mother a voice, and she would say, well, I'm the mother. I'm very, very task-oriented. I believe that you have to completely structure your life. So it is very important that you must always be busy with something positive and something meaningful. Otherwise, you are wasting your life. And then I will make you feel very guilty that you are not busy with something meaningful. And I don't just structure my own life, I also like to structure other people's lives so that they can reach their goal. Right, and that is the first step. So everyone here in the sand tray has had a voice now. Now what you will do is you're going to ask... you go to the negative and you ask the client, so this Scar, if Scar comes out and Scar wants you to, you know, that voice in you that makes you feel you are guilty and everything is your fault, and that actually wants to steal your position and makes you feel that you're just bad, which of these three positive symbols can help you when that voice come out. So which of these positive symbols can help you, counteract that feeling? And maybe the client, and that is something that I've seen by doing this over and over, there's always a match for each one of that. So let's say the client say, well, I believe the anchor can do that because, if I'm grounded in my true self, and the anchor is a symbol of that groundedness and that positive self-assertiveness. So if I can connect with this being grounded in myself and to know who I am, then Scar would not be able to bring that voice, and I believe it. I will know it's evil and I will tell it to go away, and I will just not listen to this voice. So what you will do is you will then move the anchor close to Scar, maybe put it up straight like that. So that the client kind of know that that is what you can use whenever that voice in you come out again, that voice that wants to tell you that you're bad and everything's your fault, and what that wants to steal that is good. You can use that groundedness that you have within to ground that. So now you can go to the second negative aspect. So this is the negative mother, and she is, she always makes you feel guilty, and she's carrying the guilt complex. And which of these two can help you with that negative mother? And most probably that would definitely be the positive mother archetype, because the positive mother can totally counteract the negative mother. That if they stand in a perfect balance, then as soon as the archetypal negative mother comes out, you can just try to connect with the positive mother. The positive mother is nurturing. She is not judgmental. She is unconditionally accepting. She helps you to nurture yourself and to know what you need in order to nurture yourself and to be good to yourself. So, it can be a very good thing that whenever that voice comes out again, that you can just nurture yourself, and that you can just remember that the positive mother is also inside of you, and spend time with that, and those two will then be in perfect balance. Okay, and then the third one is, so this lady that is so structured and task-oriented and believe that she can never rest, and she must work, and she must produce, and she must do everything extremely perfect. I mean, you can look even at her clothes. Everything is, the hair, now everything is, we can literally say there's not a hair out of its place. So, so what is left at this positive side is this steering wheel. So how do you think would this steering wheel be able to help when this voice comes out that wants everything to be perfect and so? And maybe the client can say, well, maybe this is not all bad, because sometimes things need to be structured and need to be organized. But if I remember that that's only one part of my steering wheel, and I can sometimes do that, but I can also go to another part or go in another direction, or I can even steer myself away from that voice that keeps on telling me to perform and to better and to be perfect. And, I can go to the opposite of that, and I can relax, and I can have fun, and I can, play like a child and do some nice things. All right, so what we have now here is we have a perfect combination of three miniatures that I picked at random that I liked, and three that I didn't like. And by doing the steps, I could go to a place of, but for every negative aspect that is constellated, for example, in my or in the client's psyche, there is a positive character that you can connect with and that can counteract this. And this is how we do this SIP personality integration. Now, if you want to do this with a couple, what you will do is you will first do the individual process with the separate spouses. So maybe this can be the wife's centri and the husband can do his own, and the spouses can observe each other's positives and negatives, and then we can put the two centres together if the spouses agree, and we can also do a work across in terms of, okay, but how can this part in you help this part in me when it comes out? Because frequently in marital and close relationships, we so quickly just focus on the negative aspects that comes out, and that thing of the power battle where we trigger each other where we already have a blue spot, if I can say so. But what if you can turn that around, and when I see your negative mother is consolidated, my positive mother can come out, and instead of me like rebelling against your negative mother, I can maybe give you a massage, I can hold you, I can give you a hug, I can spoil you for breakfast, and then my positive mother can counteract your negative mother. Or, for example, how can something that was on my positive side help you when this part comes out that keeps on telling you that you are like everything is your fault, and you're evil and you are to be blamed. So, and the same then for this side, and the opposite also. Now, how can the positive parts here help the other spouse with the parts that he or she struggle with? This is tremendous, amazing work. I have done it so many times on workshops as well as individual therapy, and it brings a lot of insight because although we pick the miniatures at random, they are very much alive and magnets for the psyche. So the psyche and the unconscious will pick exactly what you need to pick, and the next person will pick something else. Okay, and that is how this works. Thank you.